We all know that 2023 was a bit of a wild rollercoaster ride all around the world. My life was no exception. It was rough. My whole family caught COVID. The cost of living, I took a whole month off work. Our landlady gave us notice. She was selling her flat. The transition to a new nursery was rougher than I thought. I was job hunting. And it could be that your family had similar struggles, if not the same struggles as ours. It happened to so many people. Let's talk about it. If you're new here, hi, I'm Mary. Nice to meet you. Welcome to my channel, Life, Love and Locks. If you are a returnee, yes, I changed my channel name. Towards the end of 2022, my whole family caught COVID. We went to a super spreader event, aka a child's birthday party, and we basically all caught it. First of all, baby Zach got sick. Thankfully not seriously sick. Then my mother-in-law got sick because she was staying with us. Then my partner got sick. And last of all, but not least, I don't know what it is about that particular strain, but it really messed up my immune system. I remember just feeling flu and I was just sweating non-stop. It just wasn't pleasant. And this was something that affected me going into 2023 because I just felt sick on and off and on and off for at least the first half of the year. I took time sick off work. I took too much time sick off work, at least according to what they said. You get called up by your line manager slash HR and they're like, so what's been going on? You seem to be taking time off very often nowadays. There was a point in time when I almost broke down in tears about it because I just thought, I am so sick of feeling sick. Thankfully, I finally got to a point where over time, I was able to slowly feel better. My immune system recovered and I was able to just feel it more normal again. Since I mentioned work, let's go into talking about work. Somewhere between April, May 2023, I took a whole month of work. I don't usually take time off work like that, but I took one whole month of work simply because work was really stressing me out. I was working towards a promotion. I was working really hard. And then I was told that even if I completed all the work that I was asked to do to get my promotion, I still wouldn't get it. I would have to do a whole extra month's work. And there's something about when you have worked really hard at something, and despite all of the stuff that's in your way and blocking your path, and then you just get one particular blowback, it just really hits you hard. And that's what happened to me. It really knocks me back. I got that news on Friday, had a really horrible weekend thinking about it. Logged back in on Monday and literally just burst into tears. I just wasn't up to it. So I got a sick note from the doctor. They signed me off work for a month and I just stayed home. I chilled. I looked after our child and just decided to take some time out because I was just very stressed, very overwhelmed. And anybody who's had issues surrounding depression, when you feel like you start to spiral down, it's not a good place to be. That's how I felt. But thankfully, for a month off, I was able to slowly gather myself and get back on it again. I did finally get the promotion that I was working towards. I believe it came through in September. I got my promotion in October. I spent 6 months in that role. Then I resigned and started a whole new job. So one of the other things that took up a significant amount of time during my 2023 was job hunting. I know that it may seem like for some people like you just walk into a new job, but from my experience, especially being someone who's been in the tech space for only a few years, because I did a whole career change into tech, when you are looking for a new job, you literally have to study like you're studying for an exam. I would go through periods of time during the year where I'd be applying. Okay, I'm overwhelmed, take a break. applying. Overwhelmed, take a break. I would fill in applications, I would get interviews, I'd get a first interview, and then I'd get like a rejection email or phone call. Okay, fine, get back up again, try again. First interview, second interview, didn't get through, just like on a hamster wheel, going through the whole year. It was really difficult and really challenging, but one thing that it did teach me through the course of the year was how to get better at interviewing, especially for software engineering roles, and resilience. Around Easter time, we went to Nigeria. This is my first time visiting Nigeria. If you didn't know, my partner's Nigerian. We went for a family occasion, so of course all of my partner's family were there. It was baby Zach's first time visiting Nigeria. I got to wear my gele for the first time. Do you know how much I was looking forward to that? You don't understand. Yeah, we had a really good time in Nigeria. I would definitely go back again. There were one or two experiences of Nigeria that I didn't really like, but hey, you take the good with the bad, right? But overall, we had a really fun time. Zachary absolutely loved Nigeria. He has to go back. He enjoyed his best life. He ate and ate and ate. He basically learnt to walk while we were in Nigeria. He was already kind of taking little steps around. His grandma's house is a lovely space. Where he was able to walk around a lot, hold on to stuff, and basically then start getting more confidence to walk. It was really beautiful to see. And of course, the weather was good. Admittedly, there was one day when the electricity went off for hours. It was so hot. I felt like I literally, for the first time in my life, felt like I was melting. It was really serious. But at the same time, I'm not going to complain. I love heat. I love sunshine. So I was in my element. In the middle of the year, after coming back from Nigeria, our landlady gave us notice. She was selling her flat. So we had to move. That was a whole nother level of moving. It was one thing moving just before we had Zachary, but at least then there was just pregnant me and my partner and our staff and moving in. He did most of the heavy lifting. This was completely different. Imagine you have to pack up a whole house and yet still have a toddler moving and running around and trying to organize your schedule around him. It was crazy. But at the same time, I was kind of happy to be moving. I will say that the flat was very comfy, but like the way the gas bills were set up and how the cost of utilities just kept going up and up and up, I just thought, you know what, if we have to move, then we're going to have to take an opportunity to move to somewhere where the rent is cheaper. Previously, we were renting in Northwest London. That particular area, within the, was it year and a half to 2 years that we had been renting that flat, the rent prices had increased significantly. So we couldn't find a place with pretty much the same or cheaper rent in that area anymore. At least not for the size that we needed to have space for us, our stuff, and our child. So we ended up moving further out of London, which is what a lot of people are doing now. If you've ever been through the process of trying to find somewhere to rent, especially in London, you know that it's a whole process, including reference checks, credit checks, employment checks. We need to get a guarantor as well. It was a whole process. We found a flat on open rent in Zone 6. If you're not from the UK, if you're not from London, you don't know what Zone 6 is. This is basically the very, 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 very edge of London where you just about can pay TfL prices to go into London. So you can imagine how much it costs to go from here to Zone 1. But it was worth it in the end. We finally moved into our new place and we are settled here and happy. We're only 5 minutes from our local Elizabeth line station, which is great. We got a flat with a decent amount of space. It is smaller than our previous space. We had to give away and sell some of our stuff, but it's okay because we needed to downsize anyway. The rent is much cheaper here. We managed to make it work within our budget. The flat that we have now is electricity only instead of electricity and gas. And just, you know what, thank God we found somewhere that was convenient for us with a really great landlord. Let's talk about the cost of living. The cost of living was rough on us. It was especially difficult trying to balance everything without being able to stretch your finances to do everything that you want to do. For example, we didn't have the funds to put Zachary in nursery full time. So we ended up putting Zachary in nursery part-time. Now, the positive of that is that we kind of had the best of both worlds. He has a chance to go to nursery, interact with other children because he is an only child. Also, I managed to get a break, do some work, and also able to just enjoy our child in the afternoons. More me than my partner because he was working the kind of job that he couldn't take breaks like he wanted to. It was quite a rigid job. So during my last role in the afternoons, I was juggling. I was literally juggling childcare with being as effective as I could be at my job. It was really difficult and very, very stressful. And it could be that your family had similar struggles, if not the same struggles as ours. Yeah, it happened to so many people. On a personal level, I found it very, very, very frustrating because I am a career-minded woman. I understand that there are some people who really, really want to stay home and who want to be a full-time stay-at-home mother, father, parent. I think it's a beautiful thing, but it's just not me. And having to balance childcare needed more time to do your job well because I want to do my job well, but also not being able to afford full-time childcare and afford nursery fees, and the cost of everything is going up, like food, like utilities, just everything getting more and more tight. It was rough. The transition to a new nursery was rougher than I thought it was. When we first put Zachary in nursery, he was 8 months old. I know that feels young to me to say that, but it was 3-4 hours a day. The morning, come back from him in the afternoon, everything's fine. And to be honest, he really, really loved it. He really took to the people at that nursery. He loved the staff at that nursery. So the transition into nursery for him was very, very easy. Not this time. This time, everything was new. We visited the nursery, everything was great because it was a visit. He was completely cool, more than happy. He didn't even remember I was there. He saw the toys, he walked in, he started playing with the toys immediately. Everything was nice. The settling in process was like you had to take him for an hour a day for a week. First day when I took him to leave him for 1 hour, you know how children just know, you know that they just have an inner sense. I feel like he just had that inner sense of, Mummy's leaving me. He stood at the door. You know when children have that resistance where they literally stop in their tracks and like, I'm not going any further forward. Something's wrong again. So he started to get very, very clingy. And then he started crying and it was just really hard. I was like, okay, baby, I'll be back. And it happened every day for, I'm gonna say, a week or two, which doesn't sound very long, but as a parent, it's a long time. And when I thought he was settled down, he didn't yet. And I was like, okay, this is not a process that you can rush. Admittedly, you just have to get on with it. But that first transition process into him getting into a new nursery was just difficult. And if I'm gonna be honest, there was one point at which I broke down in tears because I was just thinking, have I done something wrong? Are these people not good people? Because why is my child crying like this? I just wasn't used to him taking so long to settle in. I feel like I'm quite a good judge of character. I usually get vibes from people. So if I had like a bit of a weird vibe, like this nursery wasn't good for my child, I would not be sending him there. But I just got the vibe like, do you know what? These are genuinely nice, good people and competent at what they do. He was just like, this is a completely new environment. Yet and still, with everything that happened, some of the positives of 2023, if I'm completely honest, right now it's 2024. It's still rough in some ways, but in some ways it's gotten easier. We got a second-hand car. That was honestly one of the compromises that we reached in moving a bit further out. It gave us the leeway in our budget to actually get a vehicle to be able to visit our family back in Northwest London, and of course family and friends in different areas. Baby Zach is no longer a baby. He's now a very, very active toddler, moving around, touching everything, chatting away, learning every day. Just watching him grow is beautiful. Also, I'm really, really grateful for the nursery he's in now. Now you bring him to nursery, he gets to the door, he starts smiling and laughing before he even gets to the door of the nursery. The staff say hi to him and he's off. He's literally like, bye mommy, bye mommy. Sometimes the staff have to remind him like, say bye to mommy, because he's like, nursery, okay, bye. He's gone. But of course it's a very good sign. It means that obviously he's enjoying himself there. His learning has come on leaps and bounds, and I can see how much effort they put into teaching children. They're currently doing phonics learning, so they're taking one letter at a time and making sure that they know how to sound out the letter. If I wear a t-shirt that has a slogan of some kind on it, he will start sounding out the letters. I'm so proud of him. He's a very smart, very active 2-year-old. And yeah, I'm very, very blessed to have him. We are. In other news, despite the difficulty I had career-wise in my previous role, I was actually featured in a book about Black women in tech. It's called The Voices in the Shadow. It's about various Black women's journey into the tech space. And it's meant to be an encouragement to young people everywhere from all kinds of different backgrounds, cultures, to get interested in tech. So a very, very, very proud moment for me. Like, seeing my picture in the book, seeing my story in print. I can say at that point in 2023, I was absolutely proud of myself. I also passed the certification last year. Hopefully the first of many cloud certifications. I passed my first one last year, which I'm really proud of too. Last but not least, early 2024, I got a new role. in a new organisation. This role has just begun. I'm about a month in or so. It's going really well, thankfully. I'm really, really happy. I don't think I've ever applied for a role where I had to have 3 interviews before, but for this role it was 3 interviews. Thankfully, they all went well, and yeah, I'm in. Essentially, these are all my updates. For all of these reasons and more are the reasons why my presence on my socials, on my YouTube, have been so sporadic. Like, sometimes I'm here, sometimes I'm not. I'm not really having a regular schedule, but I am absolutely doing my best for this year, 2024, to give you the most consistent content that I can. And yeah, like, now that we're kind of settled in and we're in our new space and things are more organized, it's easier now to produce the kind of content that I would like to. I decided to change my channel name to Life Love Locks. I really would like this channel to be about connecting with other women like me, career-minded women in their 30s and 40s, and maybe a little bit further out from those, who are interested in career, motherhood, balancing the two if you can, and also talking about life, love, relationships. Not that I'm a relationship expert, but I've made some mistakes and also made some good choices. So I would like to discuss more of that kind of stuff here on this channel. And of course, it's called Life, Love and Locks because, as you can see, the microlocs are still here. I'm not gonna lie, with all of the changes last year, it was very difficult to keep up with my DIY journey, but here we are. If I'm honest, it looks a bit dry right now. I just washed my hair a couple of days ago. My hairline needs retying, but have you noticed I had like postpartum shedding around here and here? Have you seen how much my hair's actually grown back? It's wild. Do you think that actually installing microlocs and for the most part leaving my hair alone has really helped? Of course, I will be filming an update to my microloc journey. If you have any questions about my locks or my life, then feel free to leave them in the comment section below. I'm really excited to get back to giving you guys the content that you signed up for. If that's something that you're interested in, then definitely hit the red subscribe button. You can also hit the bell for notifications. That way you'll be notified when I upload a new video. If you enjoyed this video, then please give this video a thumbs up. It really helps my channel out. And of course, it also makes the algorithm bring you more of the content that you really want to see. So why not? And I'll see you in my next video. Take care. Bye.